Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is Jesse with the Common Nerd, and as you all know, we love ourselves some scoops around here. We like the rumors mill, we love going over all of that kind of stuff, whether it be Marvel, whether it be DC, whatever it is, especially when there's projects we're actually cautiously optimistic about. And then with the Russo brothers returning for Avengers Doomsday and concerning the abysmal state that Marvel has currently found itself in, this might be a refreshing case of fresh air. And it's one of them situations where we've known that there's been a lot of rumors, and we know that Kevin Feige has wanted to introduce the mutants officially in, of course, the proper MCU out there, and it looks like Avengers Doomsday and that whole situation over there is going to be exactly when they're going to introduce them. And of course, this is probably not going to come as any shock out there to anybody, but it's one of those things a lot of fan favorites might end up coming back for this kind of stuff. We might end up seeing as rehashes. And honestly, one of the theories that I've had going for a very long time is this going to be one of the excuses, having Secret Wars and Doomsday be out there happen back to back. It's going to be one of those situations where this is Kevin Feige's excuse to erase a lot of the characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe that simply aren't working. Obviously, whether it be the box office or whether it be their ratings on television shows, this is a perfect opportunity to get rid of the ones that aren't working and bring in ones that people actually know and love. And it looks like, especially after the success of course, Deadpool 3, the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, of course, this one should probably come as no shock to anybody because another fan favorite, our X-23 herself, as well as a couple of others, will end up coming back, boys and girls. This is some very exciting news. So we're going to check out this article from comicbookmovie.com. Avengers Doomsday 2 X-Men characters reportedly set to appear in the movies have been revealed. So this comes from two different sources. But this comes with two different sources that have been very reliable in the past. There's a new guy on the block out there that a lot of people have been reporting their stuff on, the Cosmic Circus out there. And then, of course, our dear, sweet My Time to Shine Hello, who I do sometimes think is one of them situations where they do leak things out there just to see how the public's going to react. But if that is their intent, and this is nothing more than a marketing ploy to see if this is what the fans want, well, guess what, boys and girls? This fan out there absolutely loves these ideas, and these are classic characters that a lot of people are really going to love. So we're going to check out this article from comicbookmovie.com, get into all of the juicy details. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we just crossed 1,500. We're sailing our way to 1,600, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Are you excited to see these two characters return? Are these people you'd actually like to see come back? Do you think they'll be kept around for the proper MCU going forward, or do you think this is just going to be a one and done kind of situation? Well, let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to support the channel, please check the links in the description as well. So as Marvel Studios continues putting together its massive Avengers Doomsday cast, we may have learned the identities of two fan favorite mutants who will appear in the Russo brothers multiversal epic. So from Josh Wilding over there at comicbookmovie.com. The upcoming Avengers movies have evolved greatly since they were first announced. Kang is out, Doctor Doom is in, and Marvel Studios has turned to the Russo brothers to conclude the multiverse saga with Doomsday and Secret Wars. And yeah, of course, because it was one of those things, it was one of those reports that we heard is that Kevin Feige and everybody else over there at Disney Marvel fired like all of the activist producers earlier last year. And it was one of them situations where, yeah, they had to bring the Russo brothers back in because they didn't have anybody left that they trusted. And they know they're in a bad spot right now. They know Marvel's been in a slump for quite a while, and they need to bring guys like the Russo brothers back because that's going to excite fans after all the good work they've done in the past. So it makes sense, but it also shows you how desperate Disney Marvel is to try to turn things around and get it back on the right track. Whether or not they can actually pull it off, well, we'll find out. Of course, because it's one of them situations, the first sign of whether or not they're actually going to be pulled this off is going to be Daredevil Born Again, because that's the one where they cleaned house on everybody, got rid of everybody else, and Kevin Feige's edict was make it look like Netflix, make it like Netflix. Can they actually do that? We'll find out. It's the same thing with these Avengers Russo movies as well. So between the Marvel's post-credit scene and Deadpool and Wolverine, it's obvious that mutants, and more specifically Earth 10,005, will factor into those. In fact, the prevailing theory is that an inclusion between Earth 10,005 and Earth 616 will give us long-awaited Avengers versus X-Men battle in live action. And obviously that's something that's happened in the comics several times in the past, would be very epic and would pull perfectly from a lot of great covers and a lot of great stories from actually the heyday back when comics were good. According to Scooper, My Time to Shine Hello, X-23 actor Dafne Keen is now confirmed for both Avengers movies. We expected that to be the case, of course, and this is hopefully means we'll finally see her suit up alongside Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. And yeah, Dafne Keen is a gorgeous woman. She's a great actress. She's really had a great glow up since Logan. She looked wonderful and did a really great job in Deadpool and Wolverine. It was a lot of fun to see her character kind of shine. Really good to see her kind of take some people out. And of course, at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, Wolverine. She shows back up. She's one of the ones that saved. Everybody loved it. Everybody was excited to see her come back. Hugh Jackman was there. And obviously we expect Deadpool and Wolverine to show up in these movies as well, at least at some point. Whether or not that's actually going to happen, it just seems like it would be a really dumb idea. But if the fact that we got in a leak here saying that Dafne and Keene is coming, it most likely means that yes, Deadpool and Wolverine would be coming along with her. And honestly, to get to see her put up in a proper X-23 suit would be absolutely amazing. Now, if Marvel decides to do the dumb thing and try to make her the new Wolverine, like so many people expected for a while. No. X-23 is a character that can stand on her own just fine. You don't need to give her any hand-me-downs or any of that rescue the cat kind of nonsense. Give us X-23 as she properly deserves, because she is an awesome character and deserves her proper place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Cosmic Circus's Alex Perez has also taken to X to claim Kelsey Grammer's Hank McCoy / Beast will appear in Doomsday and Secret Wars. Seeing as Marvel Studios went to the effort of redesigning the X-Men for his cameo in the Marvels, we're not exactly shocked to learn he will be returning. And of course, that's one of those things. I didn't see the Marvels, obviously, based on the box office. The majority of you people out there didn't either, but we did hear about all the leaks and all that kind of stuff after the movie came out that Hank McCoy did show up. And it's one of them situations where a lot of people love Kelsey Grammer's Hank McCoy. He's been a lot of fun. He's a great actor. He does a really good job in the role. He's a wonderful beast. And of course, this would be just a slam dunk kind of duh thing to bring him into. So it makes sense. And then there's a third one here as well that they've got in a completely different article, but it's not technically another X-Men coming back, but it's now, as you can see here from the headline, right here, Elizabeth Olsen has seemingly been confirmed for the Avengers Doomsday return as the Scarlet Witch. And that should probably not come as a big shock to anybody out there. We knew this was a character that they would want to bring back. Why wouldn't they? Of course, Elizabeth Olsen is an absolutely gorgeous actress. She does a really good job as Scarlet Witch, and Marvel has just completely and totally destroyed her character and messed it up to no end between the end of WandaVision and, of course, what happened in the Doctor Strange movie. It's just one of those characters that's been absolutely devastated and destroyed, and it's one of my favorite characters in the MCU. I absolutely hated what they did with her at the end of WandaVision, turning her into a mind-controlling villain, and I literally hadn't seen a Marvel movie in the theaters or watched one of the shows unless to review it for somebody else since the end of WandaVision out there until Deadpool and Wolverine out there. Literally, other than that, I've been pretty much done with the MCU entirely, but bringing these characters back and trying to do this stuff properly could totally get this humble common nerd invested back in your franchise, and clearly that's what Kevin Feige seems to be trying to do. Hopefully it all works out. Talking about bringing the X-Men into the MCU last summer, Marvel Studios President Kevin Feige said, "I think you will see that continues in our next few movies with some X-Men players that you might recognize." Obviously, talking about all the ones from the Fox Marvel movies and all of that kind of stuff. Right after that, the whole story of Secret Wars really leads us into a new age of mutants and of the X-Men. Again, it's one of those dreams come true. We finally have the X-Men back, and that's something that everybody's been wanting to see for a very long time, done properly. I mean, how many times have you heard Rippa roast Disney, Marvel, and Kevin Feige over as soon as you got those rights back? That's the first thing you should have done, is fast-tracked an X-Men movie and get them into the universe as possible. They're one of the most popular franchises for Marvel of all time, hands down. I mean, literally, it's like Spider-Man, the Avengers, and X-Men. And it's one of them situations where you have to bring these guys in. It was stupid for them to wait so very long about all this kind of stuff, and now they're going to do it. Little too late. Hopefully they can pull this off. We'll see what happens. And of course, as for Keene, she's understandably been enthusiastic about donning the claws again. I would love to come back. I would pay them to come back. Playing Laura has been the biggest honor of my life. To me, we've only scratched the surface with her since she's such a complex character. She's so cool just from a fan standpoint. And I love hearing that. That makes me excited for an actor or an actress to play in a role, especially from a comic book. They love the character. They express this. They're not trying to reimagine it in their own image. They're not doing anything like that. They're just they know the character, they love the character, and they want to bring it to life properly. And that's exactly what you want from your actors out there. And of course, Grammer has teased this as well. There's nothing I can talk about. What I do know is that there's a huge sort of outburst when I showed up at the end of the Marvels. I guess it was. The response was really it wasn't unexpected. There had been some responses, but it was pretty overwhelming. So there are some conversations because, of course, they are, boys and girls, because this would be stupid not to bring these people back. Because especially right now, with everybody knowing what's going on with all of this kind of stuff, everybody knowing these characters being familiar faces from either the movies that they've already put out or, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine. I know a lot of people didn't see the Marvels or the end of it or all that kind of stuff, but Dafne Keene is just an absolute slam dunk. She is just an obvious duh. And the fact that, literally, it's one of those situations where she's not going to be one of those selfish people who's holding out for money because, you want me. No. She's like, I literally will pay these people if they will let me come back and play the character. That's dedication to a role. And that's the kind of person you want to see behind it. Somebody who is in love with the character, who wants to do a good job and honestly looks the part and has done such an incredible job on the big screen so far. So I hope all of these rumors are true. And considering the track record of My Time to Shine, Hello, and Cosmic Circus, they've no likely this is going to end up being true. And I, for one, think this is a very positive thing. A lot of the stuff we've been hearing sounds good. The real question is, you're putting all the right pieces together. Can you actually turn it into a nice souffle? You've got all the ingredients. The real question is, can you put that thing in the oven and not overcook it, not underdo it, and end up turning into a disastrous dumpster fire? At the end of the day, Kevin Feige, you will find out what all of the fans think about your abominations from the past and what you are trying to fix things going forward. So do the right thing. Stick to the source material and make the fans happy and give us actors and actresses that embody these characters and love them as much as the fans do. Because at the end of the day, you make the fans happy and we will make you rich. You go down your own path and, well, you saw what happened to the Marvels.